The Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, IIFT, was founded by the Ministry of Commerce, Government of India in 1963. IIFT was the initiative of the Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, who realized that in order for India to play an important role on the world stage, the nation needed to build its human resource capacities in the sphere of international trade.
It gives me great pleasure to be here today for the Golden Jubilee celebration of the Indian Institute of Foreign Trade. This is an occasion to recognize the enormous intellectual contribution made by the Institute in foreign trade and international business.
Through a process of constant innovation, IIFT has distinguished itself in fostering international trade, building the country's human resources, and evolving as one of India's leading academic institutions.
IIFT is a very unique institution in this country. It started as an institution to facilitate external trade, but it evolved into a major center and a hub for training and promotion of human resource. Then it graduated itself to what is called a management school, full-fledged management school, with a very sharp focus on international trade. And every year we take about 10 to 15 research students for PhD scholars, etc. And this year we have awarded 4 PhD degrees. And now it has become a completely composite institution, which I don't think there is any parallel in the country.
In 1985, IIFT launched a 2-year master's program in international business. Today, IIFT is a deemed university with 2 campuses, New Delhi and Kolkata in India, and Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. IIFT was granted deemed university status in 2002 by the University Grants Commission, enabling the institute to award degrees.
IIFT is built on certain basic principles. See, ours is international business focus, and the international business which has been researched to serve the advocacy role is being brought in terms of concepts and is being delivered. So for that, what we do is we put it through different courses and it is being offered. So that is our basic premise.
Which institutions recruiters prefer when they're looking for someone with the knowledge of what's required for succeeding in an open international environment? IIFT did come out on the top of those evaluations when you take it in a very focused way. At that time, though, there were other institutions that were close behind, like IIM Ahmedabad, and I think that was the one. So we had also asked that what would IIFT have to do to develop such managers and skills even more effectively than it's doing now. And so we got that feedback, which was then built into the strategy for IIFT, which was then developed.
IIFT's MBA in International Business is amongst the most sought-after educational programs in the country and is offered in its New Delhi and Kolkata campuses. The institute follows a rigorous selection process.
For our own 240 seats, we receive roughly 40,000 applications. So 1 in 200 gets selected.
Students at IIFT are guided by an experienced and well-published faculty. Management courses at IIFT are constantly updated, business trends analyzed, and real-world experiences incorporated in the course curriculum.
Experiential learning is the best way to go, and that is what we try to do to innovate in the courses and make it as practical and impact oriented as possible. The emphasis today, both in industry as well as academic research, is looking at return on investments, looking at accountability, marketing effectiveness. So we have introduced newer courses like a course on marketing decision making and planning.
Students of the MBA program go through rigorous academic coursework which strengthens their fundamentals and professional skills. They're also encouraged to question, analyze, and find solutions for domestic and international challenges.
Well, I think where IIFT today stands to benefit that, and I think that's worked to the advantage of people going into IIFT, that's become a much more connected world. So someone who has been educated in the concept or with the concepts of global trade, international markets, cultures, I think stands to have an edge in undertaking roles and responsibilities in areas which go beyond the borders of countries.
They get exposure on functional areas of management like marketing, finance, human resource. Then compulsorily students understand international nuances in the area of each functional area. And finally they look at the strategy part, that strategizing whatever they have learned. Our program is so coherent and it aims not only to make them learn something but also shape up their personalities to take up career opportunities in the global domain.
Ability to understand international economics that defines how international business gets done. It also gives inputs on aspects like documentation, import-export planning, import-export transactional management, banking, finance, what have you. So when a graduate comes out with an IIFT degree, he's much more ready and closer to doing international business than an MBA who has a lot of conceptual background, but perhaps his practical readiness to take up international business operations will be lower.
IIFT's courses are further reinforced with real-world experiences through internships in leading companies and NGOs. IIFT works hard to build individuals who have the potential to become business leaders of tomorrow.
I think I've grown as a person. The growth has been phenomenal. Your horizons widen up. You start looking at things from so many different perspectives. I think the faculties contribute to it, the students contribute to it. Be it a casual discussion at the dhaba or be it a case study discussion in the class, the assortment of people that you get to talk to, somebody is a lawyer, somebody is a doctor, somebody is from a fashion technology background, it gives you so many perspectives to even the simplest of things.
And institutes like IIFT, which always talked of international business, have been including more and more issues pertaining to domestic business. So there is this convergence that has been taking place. I feel that institute like IIFT is in a much better position today vis-a-vis the other business schools of the country to give what is required in the industry today.
IIFT is one of the top 10 B schools in India, and the placements at IIFT I think reiterate that fact very well. Every year we have 100% placements with the best recruiters across the country, names like Goldman Sachs, Amazon, Google, ITC, name it, you get it here. And all of them vie for the best talent that you get at IIFT. We are the third B school in India to finish placements this year. I think that is something that stands out in this period of turmoil in terms of the economic slowdown.
IIFT has also established a leadership position in executive education and certificate programs which were started in 1993. A 3-year MBA in International Business is offered in the New Delhi and Kolkata campus on weekends. Executive Postgraduate Diploma in International Business, Executive Postgraduate Diploma in International Marketing, Executive Postgraduate Diploma in Capital and Financial Markets. IIFT also offers a number of short diploma courses in various aspects of international trade and reaches out to students and executives across the country through its VSAT program. IIFT has academic collaboration with more than 30 leading business schools and universities in the world, besides major capacity building initiatives in Africa, Mekong sub-region and SAARC countries.
two friends of mine spent 1 year last year in IIFT, and they say, okay, you have to go. It's beautiful and amazing.
In Spain, it's more theoretics courses. Here are more dynamics with cases and discussions in class.
It's very different than in Europe. There is a lot of interaction between the teacher and student. In France, it's different. There is interaction, but only between students. So it's good here.
I choose IIFT because India is growing too fast in recent years and is going also to grow more. And there are a lot of Italian and European companies that are moving to India. And so India represents a great business opportunity.
IIFT, I think, is me right now at this point of time, the second year. Because I'll tell you why. Everything that I do, everything that we do here is related to the brand. Be it student committees that I'm participating in, be it companies that I'm going to pitch for, be it the company where I'm going to work for. I stand as an ambassador for IIFT. So IIFT is almost everything for me, to be honest, at this point of time. It makes my career, and hence I owe that to the brand.
IIFT has a distinguished alumni community with 6 alumni chapters in India and 5 abroad, which include Dubai, Singapore, Tanzania, and the London chapter represents Europe, and the most recent chapter in the USA. IIFT has undertaken path-breaking research studies with organizations like WTO, World Bank, UNCTAD, and the ministries of the Government of India.
Teaching needs to be supplemented by research. Only then teaching becomes relevant. IIFT is deeply involved in research in the areas which are relevant to international business, international trade, and international finance.
The Institute's Management Development Program, MDP, has trained more than 40,000 government and business professionals across 30 countries. MDP has also developed courses for the IFS, IPS, IES, and IRS, among other services of the Government of India. MDP has gradually been moving its focus from export and import research to soft skills development, with special orientation to e-commerce, international financing, and moving on to energy and power.
IIFT has been playing a pioneering role in research and institutions, being a think tank for the government on the foreign trade policies, other initiatives. As India goes forward, our economy moves on. International trade will be under increasingly greater focus, and IIFT has a very, very important role to play in this regard.
The International Projects Division of IIFT has also conducted capacity development programs in international business in 13 countries of Africa.
We have specialized centers like Center for WTO Studies. We have SME studies, technology transfer, studies. We must go ahead and make it what is called not only a center of excellence, but center of knowledge. It should be one-stop hub for international business, the global economy, and how domestic economy relates to global economy. For example, we are thinking in terms of having a specialized China Studies Center here, Center for China Studies. We are thinking of having a Center for Energy Studies, for that matter of fact. And we are also thinking in terms of a study for innovation and leadership, which is the major challenge.
In the last 50 years, IIFT has grown from strength to strength and emerged as India's leading institution in international trade, policy, and education. As IIFT continues on its path of innovation, learning, and research, it will truly become a holistic knowledge center to be reckoned with globally.